So moving on further, here in this diagram I'll show you everything. We are talking about these muscles. For example, they are the muscles of the arm. बता रही थी मैं आपको yesterday the biceps and the triceps I was trying to show you. And these are the muscle cells you can see here, which are present in bundles, which I explained you. And this is one muscle cell, and each of them you can say is composed up of myofilaments, and these myofilaments are, you can say here, this is the structure and functional unit of that myofibril, which is called as the sarcomere, which I explained to you yesterday also, which is formed up of the dark and light bands. You can see the light band has the Z line, so from between one Z line to another Z line is the sarcomere. And then this whole thing, this sarcomere in detail shown here, we can see this is composed up of two types of filaments. We have the actin filaments, we call them, these thin ones are the actin filaments, we call them secondary filaments, whereas the thick ones are the myosin filaments, we call them primary myofilaments. And the myosin forms these cross bridges which are attached to the actin. We will do it in quite detail because this is required for the muscle contraction. Now between this dark band which extends from here to here is present the light zone, which is called as the H zone. So this whole is from here to here is a H zone, and from the Z line to another Z line is a complete sarcomere. This is from here to here is the dark band, we call it the A band, and from here to here is the I band, isotropic band, which has the Z line present in the center. So this is the structure of the vertebrate, you can see skeletal muscle, which I showed you at various levels. Now let's move on to the written part. So here you can see the size. We'll move on to the size of the muscle fiber. Here you can see the size of muscle fiber. Its length is 40 mm, its diameter is 40 to 100, which I showed you, surrounded by sarcolemma, which is the externally covered, covers the myofibril. इसका composition is plasma membrane, complex polysaccharides basement membrane, and a layer of reticular tissue. So this is a striated muscle fiber. Now on one side I showed you that it is attached to the bone. It is attached to the bone by tendon. What is a tendon? It is a band of collagen fibers. Now sarcolemma is invaginate along the you can say transverse axis to form T tubules. So like this, see, invaginated and through to form the T tubules, and these T tubules are continuous with the lines which are the Z lines, which I showed you. These T tubules are continuous with the externally they are continuous with the ECF, extracellular fluid, and on the surface, whereas another type of tubules are also present, and their name is L tubules. Another name of L tubules is they are called as a sarcoplasmic reticulum, and we call them L tubules, and they form, because they are present inside the sarcoplasm, they form the closed system of tubules. They are present inside the sarcoplasm. So these L tubules form dilations. Okay, so they form dilations or protuberances or bulges, which are present close to the T tubules, and they are called as the cisternae. Now the function of the cisternae is that they can bind or release the calcium ions. I'll show you in one of the diagrams where all these things will be clear. See, here you can see. So this is you can see a sarcomere in which I'm showing you invaginations in the form of T tubules, you can see here, and these are continuous. This is what I was saying, continuous with the Z line. One Z line here, another Z line here, so they are continuous with the Z line, and externally they are continuous with the, you can say, ECF, which is present outside, whereas inside there is a system of sarcoplasmic reticulum. So you can see sarcoplasmic reticulum here. Now this sarcoplasmic reticulum forms a protuberance near the T tubules. What is the name of the sarcoplasmic reticulum? L tubules. So you can see one protuberance on this side, another on the other side, and the T tubule together form a structure which is called as the triad. So this triad is formed by, on the two sides, protuberances of the L tubules, and on the inside by the T tubule. So that is, and they form the cisternae, you can say, which I just told you. So this is the structure. Now let's move on to the, this is what I told you here. See, T tubules, you can say, L tubules form dilations or bulges close to the T tubules called cisternae. So T tubules together they form the cisternae, and the function of the cisternae is that they act as the calcium binding sites. They can bind or release calcium ions. So let's move further. Here. Now here you can see the two cisternae which I just showed you. On the two sides of T tubules are together called triad, which I showed you. Then what else is present in the sarcoplasm? This has large sized mitochondria and glycogen granules. Function है because of high energy requirements they have. The muscles always remain in movement. Then also present are multinucleate fibers which are spindle shaped. You can say because these fibers are multinucleate, they have nuclei present on the periphery, which I have already shown you, near the sarcolemma. Then large amount of ions are present, potassium, magnesium, phosphates are present, enzymatic proteins are present, and along with that in the sarcoplasm is present endoplasmic reticulum. We call it sarcoplasmic reticulum. Then sarcoplasm has thousands of fine contractile, you can say, threads which are called as the myofibrils, and their diameter is 1.2 μm. And then under the electron microscope it is seen that the A band is formed up of rod-like thick myosin filaments, and you can say the thick myosin filament structure, the length is this much, 1.5 μm, its diameter is 100 μm, and you can say the myosin filament is composed up of 200 myosin protein molecules. Both the ends of the myosin are free. Here you can see this is one end, this is another end, both of them are free. Okay, and then myosin filament structure I was telling you, it has cross bridges. So myosin has these cross bridges present, and the structure which I have already explained you, these cross bridges or heads present, these are present on the myosin and they attach to the actin filaments. Okay, again you can see here the A band, here you can see the H zone, here you can see the myosin filament, you can see one actin, this is another actin filament, the cross bridges which are formed by the myosin. We'll go to, and this is one Z line, this is another Z line, this from here to here we have the sarcomere, structural and functional unit of muscle contraction. Now let's move further. Now heads are now here you can see the heads are spirally arranged around the myosin filaments. Okay, heads are six, and their heads, I mean to say cross bridges are 60 to 70 angstrom apart, and the H zone which I showed you has no heads present, whereas the top of the cross bridge is called as the myosin head. Okay, that cross bridge where it is attaching the actin is called as a myosin head. For example, here this one, this region will be the myosin head which is attaching to the actin. Okay, so top of the cross bridge is called as the myosin head here. Then let's move on to the next is the I band, the isotropic band, which is formed up of actin filaments or the secondary or the I filaments. In detail, size of actin filament this much, length 1 μm, diameter is 50 angstrom, is total, you can say total actin protein molecules which are present are 3000. On one side it attaches to the Z line, on the other side it overlaps the myosin filament, and you can say the cross bridges are absent in the actin. And this is the arrangement of myosin and actin. Myosin is in the center and 6 filaments of actin surrounding it, forming a sort of hexagon. They form a hexagon, whereas one actin is surrounded by 3 myosin. So these are three myosin on the three sides. Nature of, you can say, striated muscle fiber. They are highly vascular, means blood circulation is very good here. They are voluntary muscles. They are under the control of will. They are supplied by somatic nerves of central nervous system. So I think we stop here.